Okay, y'all, welcome back to my channel. If y'all have been trading this month, we've had some very terrible price action, like very, very, very terrible. So let's just backtest some December price action on NQ. We could use both for whatchamacallit. I want to stick to the 3 and the 5 because lately I trade at 10 a.m. if y'all know. We just have not been getting anything. This is the 1050 to 1110 macro. We came out and took this high, but I was hoping we took both highs. I didn't get in the trade, but then there's this beautiful 930 trade, but that wound up coming up to here at 10. So there's nothing for us to really do at 10, except for wait for the tap back into the value gap. Then we came into it, took out this high, but I wanted a little more. And then yeah, so let's just see what we can figure out about this price action in December. We're in the Asian session, so let's go to New York, which is 9:30. Okay. So it's giving maybe sweep data low to data high situation going on. I forgot. It's the same chart, which does line up with a fair value gap right here for the 5 minutes. Let's see it come in, maybe sweep this low in the reverse. If not, I don't know. Let's just see what it plays out. I try not to trade until 10 o'clock. So I really just mark when I back test and then like study what happens more often. I don't like just really enter trades because sometimes it just doesn't help. Okay, so 930 did come into that fair value gap. And I'm sure ES took this low, so that's probably SMT. And then took out the high. That is beautiful, right? Boom. But now it's 10 o'clock. We're finally seeing what we can get at 10 o'clock. Is it going to be a reversal to the downside or a continuation? So far, it's looking like it's reversing. Boom, to take out the low. Okay, I mean, this is what I would love to happen every day. I'd like to trade the 10 a.m. reversal. We have not been getting it. You didn't really get a good setup either here. There's no fair value gaps inverse. There is a change in the state delivery at this candle close, I guess. But it still just swept. It closed, swept out the highs, and then went your way. So maybe you could have got in here. My new bracket now is like 150 and then 75. Oops. And then I adjust it as I see fit. So that would be it'd be something like that, or maybe I would hold to the bottom, but I try not to move my stop loss unless I need to. Like there's times where obviously you might need to move your stop loss, like something like this would be nice. And I'm adjusting it. I'm not really going for that 150, 200, 300 like I used to, but I'm just adjusting it. Like I might get that sometimes, I might not. You know what I'm saying? But just the smaller ones, the easier to scale up. So that did kind of work. So let's see what we get next week. But this week has been terrible. We can go through if y'all want, but it's been very bad at 10 a.m. We just been trading sideways at 10 a.m. and then we just finally get some kind of shitty continuation here, and then really the PM moves. 9:30 usually hasn't been this clean. It's been like faking you out, like going a little bit, like going down a little bit, like a pullback, like a mine kind of want to reverse, kind of like this did. Kind of looked like we kind of might want to reverse. It was just like a little pullback to kind of go higher, but we're still trading pretty sideways. But yeah, my TP was this line here, so we'll see if we hit it. But I didn't take a trade. It was a tape read, so I'm not like stressing about it. What is this? This is my higher time frame. One ES did go a lot lower. See, I had a reversal trade on NinjaTrader. I had like two just to see because I wanted to go up to 4 contracts and just to see what it would look like if I took a loss. But ES did give you a nice reversal. Like ES has been giving you like everyone's like don't play sells on NQ, and I took like a sell that one day. This was yesterday. This sell actually played out. I just took a sell to these London lows, these equal lows. But it was Wednesday. This sell here, I wanted it to go a little lower, and then it just went up the rest of the day. But ES, it did come down to like down to here. So it's like ES has been giving you what you need, what you want. NQ has not. Because even here, like this, let's go on the lower time frame. Yeah, see, that's not a bad trade. Here, sells to this low. And now we'll probably go higher with the S&T, but it's just like not good price action. So, and it sucks. I just opened my Discord and I feel like I don't want people to feel like I'm a fraud or anything. The price action just hasn't been. I should have probably waited till January to open the Discord, because now it's like, are we gonna keep trading? Let's continue the next New York session. What do we got? All right, it was 8:30 news. Okay, the 8:30 news and this giant fair value gap here. Let's see what 10 o'clock will bring. Maybe we'll finally pull up and then reverse out of that. This is better price action than we have right now. All right. This is what we're talking about, where it kind of comes down into a gap to go higher. This is the 5-minute gap, and there's obviously a 3-minute gap. If you waited for a reversal, you didn't get it, luckily. Sometimes you'll get a candle close under this inversion, like it wants to go down and then still go up your way. So let's see if you can, if it will go to these highs and give us like a decent move. If not, it's not worth it if it doesn't give you a decent move. Or should you wait for the reversal? Previous day high. Well, we already took our previous day high overnight. This is not terrible. Let's see. I feel like you wouldn't get in until here, though. That's why I shortened it to 150. 150 ticks. But then with the 75 hold. I mean, it technically did. If you moved it a little lower and gone a little higher, what would that be? I think I just moved it to now to 100 stop loss and then 200. My original was 150 and 300. Let's see, do we get it? I feel like 300 is something you'll get almost every NQ. Okay, barely. But you did get it. Because then the trader will close these. Trading view might need a little more above it, but. And if you got in down here somewhere, you definitely got it. I do still have that bracket. I just have like a shorter one too as well. But that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But it hasn't been this clean this month, so I don't know what's happening. We're in the first month of December. This is Friday, December 6th. So I'm recording this, so this will probably be posted next Friday. But price action has not been nice to us. Alrighty, let's see what 10 a.m. brings. We do have this nice 3-minute fair value gap. That lines up with the 5-minute fair value gap. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Inversed it, retouched, still before 10 o'clock. So let's see what happens. That's why I like to wait till 10 o'clock. Because sometimes you'll get in and you'll be like, oh, buys. And then 10 o'clock will show you no, like that. You did get the inverse right before 10 o'clock. So you could have actually gotten to shorts right at 10 o'clock if you wanted it. Let's see how far it would give us. I still at least want 150. At the least. What does that look like? That's pretty good. All right, I did give you that. I did give you 150 and 75. This wick is kind of scary. Let's see if it did give me my full 300. No, not quite. 232. So 75, 200 would be really nice. It would be very nice risk to reward. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all either. If we can get this every day, this year would be nice, but we're not. Let's continue. Especially now I have the T-Trace indicator. I'm going to make a video about it and how much I like it. It's really dope. Like you see from 9:30, it played out perfectly to the 1 to 4. From the move, we had our liquidity sweep. Came back to fair value gap. Did not sleep this liquidity continuation. T-spot if you want to get into the buys, even though it wasn't that big of a move. Came back down further into T-spot and then Now it looks like it's finally pushing up to my final TP, but not even close still. So it's a nice like one. Then with the 5 minute, it lined up down here beautifully. So that's what we want. But we want something like this at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, or at least 9:45. It being lower instead of almost there. That's really what we want, but we're not gonna get it. Hopefully next week we do though. All right, we're down here now. Alrighty, we're kind of just trading sideways, so let's just see what it brings. We did sweep this liquidity. And we're kind of moving up, but this candle's not finished printing because it looks like it's a wick, but then it can close straight through it like that. Because it starts the 9:30 candle. Okay, well we got a nice push to the downside. Okay, we have a target down here that we might just wait for at 10 o'clock and hopefully reverse from there. Let's see. Still not even 10 o'clock yet, so still just going lower. I just don't know if we should get in again. Maybe we see if it taps into this fair value gap on the 3 minute and close out of it, or because we already ran down so much. Okay. Didn't come back in, but it just continued, so I guess that's a sign to just get in. And if you waited, you could have got in here after 3 minutes. If we see it keep going, let's see how far we get from there. I probably would have maybe gotten in right at 10 o'clock, seeing that we never came back up to this gap on this candle. Let's see how much further it goes though. It could just start reversing. Because this is what we've been having all week this week. Just you finally get somewhere at 10, and even if you want buys, like you're not getting anything. You're literally not getting anything. But let's see. I mean, we're at over 150, and we might can get 200. Let's see, 200, 100. Exactly. This is why I start my bracket, because you're probably not going to get the 300 ticks. I don't think you're going to get it this month. Yeah, you're not going to get it. So 200 is better than the 150, and then that's something you can scale up. Because even in like markets, say you were a 9:30 trader, I'm still trying to keep a bracket that I can do every day. So in chop, I still make money, and then on days like this, or say 10 a.m. we continue to run down, I don't need that much. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep something like this I can trade in any market, which is the goal, and it's still kind of played out. So, and even if you waited for that push down, it almost came reverse, and then so I don't move my stop to break even for real. Because then look, you would have just had, I mean, you wouldn't have a loss, it's been $0, but because it did come like more than 1 to 1. I tried to stop at break even at like, 1 to 1.75 at least. Because then if it comes all the way to 1.75, like come my way, like far, and then not, we're probably going to reverse. You see what I'm saying? Versus like 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.5 is just, it's not ideal. It can go there easy and come back, retrace, and then, you know what I'm saying? So, but that was if I had the 300 ticks. On the 200 and 100 ticks, I'm not even moving stop to break even. I just win or I lose. You go on about your day. You win or you lose. Next New York session. But this is how I back test. I get it. Like people like to see, how much money you're gonna make. Actually taking the trades, but I take the trades in real time. For me, like backtesting, I use to actually study what the market is doing. I don't need like forced trades that I'm gonna lose on or forced trades I'm gonna win on. Or if you know what I'm saying, just to say like, I made this much money backtesting, I lost this much money backtesting. I know a lot of people like to see that. A lot of guys like, you're not even taking any trades. I'm like, no, this is how I study. I'm studying. I'm not just forcing trades. I'm playing things out and seeing what happened at this time. Is it better to trade at 9:30? Is it better to trade at 10? Like that's what I use backtesting for. So you can do with that what you will. Looks like we're about to inverse these gaps. Let's see. Ended. Still not 10 o'clock yet. I mean, this could be a macro trade. But I've seen it do this, then, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, macro trade. I've taken this trade many of times at 9:45, 9:50. I have taken this trade a bunch of times. Will it go that far? Maybe not. Oof, did not. Okay, boom. So this is why you sometimes wait till 10, but this is also why I shorted my bracket, because that's 400 ticks. Boom shakalaka. Then you're done before 10 o'clock. So yeah, nice inverse value gap. All you need is one candle, and you barely went into drawdown. Candle, boom, out of your trade before it does this pullback. But let's see if 10 a.m. goes all the way down to this low now, because I did go to. I almost moved it to this one. That's why I really don't get greedy. Like, it did go to this one and gave you a nice 1 to 3. Getting greedy and going down to here is what cost you. It did go to here, wicked you out. But let's see what 10 a.m. does it keep going lower. Not necessarily, but you would have got a better entry than this one, and you could have took this trade down to somewhere, like wherever you wanted at. So you could wait till 10. That's why I say you could wait till 10, because it always comes back up for you. But I just don't need much, so that's why I'm like, I would have took this one for sure. I took a trade like this like a week ago, and it was like a 3-minute trade. It's on my the recap is on TikTok. But yeah, this is better than the price action we're getting now. I would love this. I would love all these we're testing now. If we got these, this hopefully next week looks like this. I'm praying so. I hate when it does that when one side goes over and the other one doesn't. I am praying so. Alrighty, what do we got? Some. Ooh. Alrighty, looks like we might be reversing back to the upside. Yeah. When I see how 10 a.m. is way up here, this is why I like the macros. 9:48. You couldn't really get in until up here, but still, that's why I try to get on like 9:48, 9:50, 9:45, 9:50. That's when I try to get on the charts. 200, 100. Beautiful. You're done before 10 o'clock. And we can get these. We got one of these yesterday. I just was recording TikToks and I did not get in. I could show you. It was this shitty ass trade here. But if I was on the 1 minute, and the 1 minute you get an entry like up here, I can actually show you. Thursday, then obviously at 1 p.m. we got a beautiful trade. So this was it on the 1 minute, right? We had a lovely push down here under the change in the state delivery. This was all marked on this indicator yesterday. So I could have got in here, but I was recording a TikTok. Something like that. Because my stop loss was here anyway. And then my target was the equal London lows at it was like 8, 9. Yeah, that's where it was. Way better trade. Way better trade. But I wound up waiting till 10 o'clock. And I wound up getting in somewhere out of the close. It had this fair value gap of the 3 minute. I wanted to close out of it. So I got out just in case we were gonna inverse on the 1 minute chop. I waited for the 2 minute and the 3 minute to close out. So my trade wound up being something like this, not a great risk to reward, versus what I could have had. And how many ticks is that? It was shorter. I did have 150 ticks marked, and I had to wind up shorting it to those equal lows because I knew we just weren't going past the equal lows. Look at this chop. But if I would have got in, on that 1 minute, the 150 held beautifully. And then the 75 ticks would have been somewhere up here. So that's why I'm like, I like this bracket. I'm going to stick to the 100, 200, and then again, just shorten it as I see fit. I think 100, 200 is not crazy for this. Because here would have been, that's actually insane, but maybe this would have been here. And then again, I would have just moved it up to that. You know, it would have been something like this, like almost a 1 to 2. Maybe I would have shortened it just to get 1 to 2. Something like that. So you just play with it. The 300, 150 is just a little too big. I really want to take smaller trades now too, I think. So that's where we are, like these. Obviously, I'm sure the 150, 300 might hit on this one. Not 2,300, Jesus. Yeah, so that's my usual bracket, something like that. It did hit very nicely. So, you know, you do that what you will. Play around with both. I still have the bracket for this one saved, and then I just have the 100, 200 saved. I got rid of the 150, 75. And then I'll just adjust those two as I see fit. Maybe there's a target here you want to target, but if we got in here, that target might have been short. All right, next New York session. Have another giant news, maybe come up and then reverse. I don't know. I just be reactive. I just wait to see what it's gonna do. I don't like to guess what it's gonna do. All right, this up is none. We got no confirmation of nothing on either time frame. It's really choppy. There's one bearish fair value gap that we just closed above at 10. So on the 5 minute, it closed up here, then came down, tapped it. So let's see if it goes higher from that 5 minute inversion. I don't feel confident in it. Okay, it did go higher, but it also closed below. So if you got in off that 5 minute closure, let's see if you would have got stopped out. Kind of myself, I'm impatient. I would get on as soon as I get it closed. What is 200? Yeah, you would have been stopped the fuck out on that pullback. Or maybe you could have waited for the pullback and then got in again here. Would have been better. There's no fair value gap. I'd love when the 5 minute fair value gap is somewhere waiting down here. We can wait for it to come into it. So maybe you just waited. And hopefully you didn't get in a short here, like an inversion. But yeah, this is what I think. When I backtest, I'm like, this probably would have been a loss for most of us. Let's be serious here. On the 3 minute, it's not too bad. If you're watching the 3 minute on the 5, I feel like a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a lot of us, you know, we got clear, big close above this fair value gap. A lot of people's stop losses are way smaller than mine. Now, that 151 would have held probably, and I might have moved it, like I don't mind moving my stop loss and I'll keep my TP. Because lately I've noticed sometimes like my 200 or 300 is like a perfect amount, even in a chop or a day like this, that is no need to move it up, but I don't mind moving my stop loss for a 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.5 just to secure a win. So I might have done this and moved it down to let it play out. Maybe would have moved it up a little bit to 1 to 1.5. Depends. Depends on the day. I try to do something I can set and forget. I try to set this and I walk away. I have my Ninja Trader open. I move accordingly. And then boom, because I know a lot of 1 minute traders, they're getting stopped out and shit like this very easily. We can look at the 1 minute, and that's why my win rate is pretty high, because I don't like to have just super tight stop losses. It's kind of learned with NQ lately. This is probably most people's stop loss. It's gonna come and stop you out, especially when it's choppy like this. The day I passed my first funded account was a day like this. I got in and it chopped for like 2 hours, and then we had a bunch of like swing highs in my drawdown. And we swept one, or even swept like a high one and then just finally pushed to my like TP in like 10 minutes after being in the trade for 2 hours. Like I've learned in Q, it'll be like some little internal liquidity that, especially on continuation plays, it's just you gotta have a big stop loss, and it sucks. Because on Monday I had a big stop loss just like this. It came, stopped me, I went my way, and it's just like continuation plays are just not fun for me. But I think that's good enough. We're at what, December 9? We'll do like 9 days. That's not that much. But let's see how next week goes. This video we posted after next week, sorry. But we'll see how price action goes, and I'll probably do like a December update at the end. If you want to live trade with me every day, I do backtesting education sessions weekly on Mondays and drop shipping ones on Wednesdays in my Discord. And you can book one-on-ones with me and all the things. But I would suggest joining the Discord in January. I'm not a scammer, so the price action this month is so ghetto that maybe you just wait till January and sit this one out and enjoy your Christmas and don't be stressed out. Yeah, I'll see y'all later.